Resume recording, and I'm just gonna make it like a little bitty. All right, we're gonna be talking about networking and research. I want you all to learn to network like a pro, but when I talk about networking, I'm talking about social media. I'm talking about how do you get your point across, your brand across, you resonate with another human that you've never met before. 99% of everybody on this call I've never physically met. However, we're here and you all feel like family. And I know y'all feel like family to me and I feel like family to you. And the reason why is because not only am I authentic on the internet, but I'm myself. And throughout this conversation today, we're going to talk about being yourself and what it means to like network like a pro. Right? So let's go to the next slide. What is networking? Somebody in the chat, talk to me and tell me what they think networking is. Let's do some engagement. What is networking, y'all? Don't all speak at once. Oh my gosh. Talk, Nelia, can we have a conversation? Thank you so much. I appreciate
it. Talking to random people, like people you don't know, people that I talk to people that I find attractive, like women and men, like I think if they're pretty, I'm really whatever, especially men, like if you're really attractive, like I'm gonna talk to you. It's just whatever. So just like interacting like with whatever they have, if they have like a post or something that I like, or fashion or whatever, food, whatever, just, you know, putting myself out there so they notice me and I'm giving them props on what they've done.
Okay, perfect. So that's an East Coast perspective. Talk to me, somebody on the South, about networking, because we all network differently based off the region that we're from. And that's a completely different story for another day. Well, we're going to talk about it actually. Anybody else want to talk to me about networking?
Excuse my background noise, but basically selling yourself, it's like you're finding value. It's like an exchange. Like I know your business could benefit mine. I know I can benefit yours. Let's network.
Okay. Does anyone have a horror story with networking? I want to just like have a chit chat.
I just want to say I went to an event, like, was it September, October-ish last year? And yeah, it was very different. I'm not gonna say it was like kind of awkward because actually no, I went to like 2 events like in the fall of last year. And the first one I went to, people, I don't know why people felt the need to take off their face mask, and I was like one of the only people with my face mask still on, and it was just kind of hard to talk to people. Cause like, I mean, I don't know. It was like awkward. Like people like looking at me like, why she got like one dude was like, you take that mask off. I said, huh? Who taking what off? Not me. So yeah, I really didn't even want to talk to nobody at that point. And then one of my biggest things with networking is like when I saw people talking in groups. And like if they're already talking in a group, I just feel weird like walking up to the group and like in joining the conversation. I need to work on like how to properly do that without being like awkward or rude. But so I would just stand there and not say nothing until somebody says, "Oh hey," and I'm like, "Oh hey," like what y'all talking about?
Okay, so group networking is a little awkward for you. We should break that down. I'm going to put that in my notes so we can talk through that. Anybody else has like a horror story on it, Mariah?
So the last time I went to a networking event, there was I had did a podcast, or I was a guest on a podcast like the year before last, and you know the girl had heard the podcast and she was touched by it, and she sent me this long DM and blah 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 blah. And so we were talking back and forth there, and then I saw her in person. And I personally don't like knowing that I interact with somebody on the internet and then see them in person, and then we pretend like we don't talk on the internet. So I walked up to her and I'm like, "Hey," I can't even remember what her name was. I was like, "Hey," and she kind of like looked at me like, and I was like, "You was DMing me like 2 weeks ago." And she was like, "Oh yeah, hey." So like when she started talking, I realized that she was just socially awkward. Like I felt like I was talking to a robot.
Yeah.
Like she literally, I can't make this up. Every other word she said my name. And it creeped me out. Like like, okay, I'm talking to you, Jasmine, and I'm trying to explain to you, Jasmine, how she was talking to me, Jasmine, and it made me feel really uncomfortable, Jasmine, because it wasn't really anybody that I knew there, Jasmine. Like, and I'm just like, what's happening here? So I tried to go like get a drink, and she followed me, and that was awkward. It was just weird. And then other people wanted to talk to me, but they felt like they couldn't because she was talking to me, and I wanted them to talk to me so she could stop talking to me. And it was just weird. And I don't get like uncomfortable in social conversations very often, but that was weird.
Perfect. So the taking the conversation offline is weird as heck. And online, it's fine. Do you know that happens to probably like 75% of people? You meet the person that you saw on the internet, they made you laugh, made you cry, made you feel, and then you see them in person, you're like, you kind of suck a little bit. And I think it's because people may create a persona of themselves online. And I want y'all to know I'm the same in person as I am on this computer. Really the
I'm
same.
the same in person as I am on the internet too, and maybe that's why I felt weird because I feel like she wasn't. But I didn't want to tell her like you kind of being weird right now. Like I feel catfish,
And it,
but like that's how I felt.
and that's a lot of times, y'all, like the internet does provide a level of freedom for you to be whoever the heck you want to be. Right? So I hope through this process you become more and more yourself and more online as the person that you are, not some new individual. Like you're just turning the camera on. And maybe you smile a little more, maybe you put a little makeup on. But the person that you talk to and the person that you meet is the person that you actually are. That is my hope for y'all. Right? Does anybody else, maybe not a horror story, but maybe something that makes you feel a certain kind of way about networking, you know?
Um, this is something that made me question my networking. My current manager, she wasn't my manager probably 6 months ago until the role opened up, but she started at our company and we had a company event. And when I'm in a work environment, I'm very comfortable. I can go and introduce myself to anyone. So, I worked the room and I went over to her and I said, "Hi, my name is Stephanie." Stuck my hand out to introduce myself to her because she was in IT too. And it's so funny that when she became my manager, we had a conversation and I started asking her where does she see herself in the next 5 years to kind of map out my trajectory, right? She kind of seemed like she was taking offense, like you're not going to get my position. And she said, "Girl, I remember when you walked up to me at the company event and you said, 'Hi, I'm Stephanie.'" And so, just a question mark left there. Like, okay, isn't that what you're supposed to do? Did I come off, too much or what? It just left me with the question mark.
So it's like you didn't have closure with your experience with another human being.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Closure. Okay. I got some points now. I'm going to continue with my presentation. The next question or the next topic. How did we used to network before the pandemic? This is the networking from New Yorker's standpoint. Before we were in a pandemic in New York, there were networking events, there were Eventbrite, there was meeting people in person, there was getting ghosted by people that you said you were going to go. Literally, New York, my horror stories is, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to meet you." And we set up our coffee date. And it would actually be like go to a coffee shop or go to a barista or somewhere nice in New York, or even freaking meet at the park. Anything, 5 minutes. "Hey, I'm not coming." The disrespect in New York is at an all-time high. They don't have any standards for no person. If they don't feel you can get them to the next level, they don't give a darn. However, that taught me to not put everything on my shoulder. Like, okay, yes, you blew me off. That's your miss. That's the door that you closed. And those same people, I kid you not, are begging me on Instagram, "Hey, Jasmine, hey, Jasmine, hey, Jasmine," texting me, "Hey, I'm here. No, you literally completely did not pay attention to me, did not care about my time, didn't care about my energy. You thought this was everywhere, baby. It ain't. And when we experience other people, when we network, we have to put ourselves in a situation where we could get let down. Putting yourself out, you can experience rejection. But I don't want that to stop y'all from doing it because you know that could potentially happen, right? That's almost like saying if I start a business, I could fail, so I won't start the business. I'm going to network and then I may get rejected, or someone may stand me up, or they may not experience me very well, or the group setting didn't work very well, or, you know, the person I met online kind of sucks in person. That doesn't mean that networking is horrible. Networking is the only thing that we can do to put ourselves in different environments, different situations, meet different people. That's how we grow our brands. That's how we grow our businesses. So yes, up until this point, how we used to networking no longer exists. Crystal, how did you used to network before the pandemic?
Honestly, social media. Because like I said, I was a praise dancer. So I was like over a dance ministry at a church. And me posting videos, I met all kind of people from all over the United States. So I didn't get to meet them face to face. So I honestly had to build relationships on social media. And when I met them in person, it was like we never missed a beat.
Yeah, that's good. I feel like you're gonna teach us some gems too. Artelia, you're in Pine Bluff, boo. How did you used to network? If you did any at all, because Pine Bluff ain't got no Eventbrite. You gotta go to your cousin's house.
Like you said, there's no networking going on. I think the only network I've really done, I did networking over the weekend. I helped someone with a pop-up shop just to go and get the experience of watching different businesses and brands come together to sell their products. That was to be honest, that was the only network I've done.
You did that last weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yes.
Even though I was there to just help her, like I even helped her sell some of her products.
So the excuse that you can't sell stuff is done tonight. Can't wait for that essay to come out. Woo! That's the homework for this week for you.
It was challenging, but we managed to get, well, I managed to get this one guy out of like $50, $50 to $60 out of cosmetics. Of course, he didn't know what was going on, but he made the sale.
Okay, good. That's good practice. God is already moving you into your next season. You can't, I know you can see it, but like you're gonna be selling items. So you doing that is already getting you in position. You're already getting ready. Guys, before the pandemic, Artelia, could you mute your mic? I think that might be
okay, baby. Oh, I thought I was.
Yeah. How do we network now that everything is completely virtual? I want each and every one of you all to know that networking is still happening. People are still getting deals. People are still making money. People are still connecting and connecting and connecting and connecting. One of my clients, Twin Nation, she does the locks. She was able to do a clubhouse room with one of the people that, like, y'all know these hair shows, and like the number one like lock person who has like I think 12 million followers, some outrageous number. She networked with him and sent her product, her $20 product. Hey, plug, not ready. She sent her $20 product to that guy. He's going to use it. It only takes one person. 1 second. Cause at this point, you know I'm over here talking to these ladies, and you know these. So I need you to just relax. Jada, thank you. I appreciate you for helping me. Thank you, Jada. Thank you. She sees that I'm in a coaching. I appreciate God is working in this house. Child acting up. Literally. Back to my energy. Back to my energy. So she was able to send her product over to him. He could just do one Instagram story. Hey, y'all, I'm using this product. Millions of people. Her account is at 1,400. When I started working with her, it was like at 12. But it's been growing and growing and growing because of Clubhouse. It's been growing and growing because she does open the rooms. It's growing and growing because she puts herself out there. And I want y'all to know that is One of my clients she works at Panera Bread. She never had a college degree, but she gonna be successful simply because she want it. She want it. And the difference between the person that got all the degrees and the education and the person that don't, and who gonna make it, is the person that wants it. So I want you all to approach networking not as something I can gain or I can get. How do you build genuine connections with other people? Let me come here. Ask yourself, what does it feel like for someone to be interested in what you do? What does that feel like? Artelia, oh my gosh, you do arts and crafts for kids? That's so cool. Can you tell me about it? I'm sorry, y'all. I need to look at y'all to do my whole, like the rest of my message. Stephanie, oh my gosh, girl, you keeping us accountable on the internet. I love that. Like, can you tell me more about it? Nicolette, sis, you buy a house every day. You a billionaire. You like 23. How? Candace, you create beautiful content. You show up consistently. Sis, when do you sleep? Crystal, obviously, you praying the heavens open and closed. How does it feel to talk to God on that level? Can I talk to him too? Nelia, you want me to heal all year? Can help me heal today. I need some of that. Mariah, sis, the chicken, period. I'm just trying to get that. Imagine, like, why do I understand what all of y'all do? It's only been 2 weeks, I think. I'm studying y'all, not on a creepy level. I'm interested in what you all do. I'm trying to learn as much as I can in a short amount of time, because I know that type of energy is the reciprocity that I want. Jasmine, who are you? What do you do? Why do you do it? How you get through this? Why you got walk by faith beans? Why they didn't sell? Why I got something to give away? You know, how did lunch or gold come out? But the art of human connections is understanding that other humans are important. And what does another person do? You should care about, especially if you're going to network with them, right? And let's just say we're in these virtual spaces and another girl says she's going to Sarah Jake Roberts conference. Y'all already know y'all got something in common. Diving deeper there is the difference between just another follower that Sarah Jakes has cultivated or a sister in the womanhood. I forgot her sisterhood. That's what bridges the gap, right? And a lot of times we just approach things like, oh, you do this, cool, dope. You work for this $1 million brand, cool, dope. Oh, you do this. You got to ask yourself, and I want y'all to ask me questions like at the end of this, like, Jasmine, how did you get over 80 plus people to be on a podcast? And it wasn't on no, let me now like just use you. It's the same people is gonna come in front of y'all and speak to y'all. Of course, I don't got time for 80 folks. That would be beautiful and great. But every single one of those people that I put on my podcast, every single person that I put on my brand, every single person that I've connected with, it was important for me to understand who they are, what they do, and why they do it. And I think that's the difference between a person that when you meet them in person, they suck, and a person that you meet in person and they're like, wow, like you're actually really dope. Because you actually give a darn about your followers. You actually give a darn about the people that are attached to you. And Michael Todd, I don't know if y'all got a chance to see the post. He said something that wrecked me yesterday. He said, what would you do with the influence that I gave you? I was like, woo, Lord. Imagine if God kept giving me more and more influence and all I could see myself was in that 9 to 5. Or for anybody else in the room, virtual room, obviously. Y'all got all this influence attached to y'all. Y'all got all these brands and these businesses. And all y'all can see is little bitty Stephanie, little bitty Crystal, little bitty Nelia, little bitty Candace, little bitty Artelia, little bitty Nicolette, little bitty Mariah. All you can see, and you only can see this, but God says, what can you do with the influence that I gave you? You gonna talk to people then. Oh, hey baby, how can I help you? I'm over here doing my thing. What you need help with? Baby, oh, you doing this? I see you. Post, like, comment. Hey, boo, you good? You good? You're going to start carrying about the people that are attached to you way more. I sometimes be thinking about it like the flock and the sheep. Like Jesus went after the one. I be like, Lord, I lost a couple followers. Where'd they go? Where did they go? Like, okay, they've turned off. It's cool. I'm not worried about numbers. But like, Lord, what season of life were they in? Did they get what they needed from me while they were here? How about let's redirect that? Did they get what they needed while they were here with me? And I want each and every one of y'all to look at y'all's brands that same way. I want y'all to look at your business that same way. I want you to look at the things that you're producing out of your heart. Did the people get what they needed while they were in your presence, while they were in your energy, while you had access to them? Did they get what they needed? And that's how you show up day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day out. I'm tired. Someone needs some healing. Someone needs to know how to cook better. Someone needs some arts and crafts for their kids because their kids acting up and they need something to do. Somebody else needs some prayer or need to understand how to hear from God's voice. Somebody else needs accountability. Somebody else needs to learn how to create generational wealth at the age of 23 because when they're like 19 and 18 and they know they're different, but they can't figure it out because their parent keeps telling them something. What will you do with what you already have? Y'all gonna show up. That's what you're gonna do. And you're gonna network. All right, done preaching. Ooh, sometimes it just comes over me. Don't be meaning to. We want to duplicate that feeling on social media. How do we do it? How do you network on social media? You like pictures. It seems simple, but y'all be wanting people to like y'all stuff. It obviously ain't that easy. Please like my stuff. No one's liking it. Guess what? You like people's pictures. Leaving comments on people that I comment on Steve Harvey stuff like I know him. Hey, bro, you're doing great. E.T. the hip hop preacher, any of the people that I aspire to meet one day, I don't want them to be like, hey, did you ever interact with any of my content? Yes, I did. Go look at my stuff right there. I don't want them to ever think that I never supported them in their journey because they're all just like us. Right? Every comment good, and every good comment, and like I'm touching another life, right? Sharing how something that person did helped you. Do y'all know, like I think I posted something and this girl was like, Jasmine, you've been inspiring me, you've been helping me. I want y'all to know it ain't easy to keep doing this stuff or in the position that I'm in. And sometimes I get a little low like everyone else. When someone tells me how what I'm doing helps them, I show up. Because I'm like, if this ain't nothing for that one, if it ain't nothing for that one, or when somebody speaks about me and I'm not in the room, or if somebody says, Jasmine been helping me all these years, she just don't know it. I be like, please tell a nigga so I can get encouraged. People used to say, and I had once I really started getting my confidence back after that marriage, that expired experience, they was like, Jasmine, we don't want to boost yourself. You want to make your head big. I'm like, so the opposite of boosting me, get out of the cat litter. Jada, the cat litter. Thank you. Please help me. I'm on the call. She's eating cat litter. I don't want her to die. Sorry, y'all, we're in COVID. I'm in an apartment. Getting back to my energy, Jada, you have me turning on and off. I don't like it. All right, so anybody tell me what part I was on? Jesus, I lost my train of thought. I feel like a mom that has mom brain.
You were talking about posting people who actually like tell you that they're doing.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So pretty much, I used to be in a situation. People like, Jazz, I want to tell you that you're great because this don't boost your head. So what's the opposite of boosting my head? Like pushing me down, right? So I actually don't really talk to those people anymore. They used to tell me that because they acknowledged that I was great. And I know that my reciprocity is, hey, like, I see what you're doing. I love what you're doing. I give those compliments. Yet the people around me was like, I don't want to boost your head. No, you don't want to give me my flowers while I'm alive. And therefore, I will not be around you in your energy. It is okay to tell people that they help you. It's okay to give people their flowers. It's okay to give compliments. We want those, right? It's okay to give them. We have to do the things that we want, right? And not out of no fraudulent stuff, authentic. Someone help you, tell them. You don't know if God will take them the next day, or if you have a moment to tell them, you really helped me. So I try to always get the opportunity to tell them, like, you're doing great, keep going. If I don't do nothing else under people posts, I see you, keep going. I see you, keep going. You're beautiful, keep going. Especially women, you're beautiful, keep going. I see you, keep striving, keep pushing, keep going. Showing up fully at virtual events. When y'all come to virtual events and you got your screen off, that's disrespectful as heck. And the reason why is because, like, in person, you ain't gonna sit there with your eyes closed. Imagine, like, you at a whole event, sleep. That's what it feels like on these platforms when we have to do virtual and you show up and your screen off. Now I get it if you're doing something and you gotta turn it off. But like when you have your own stuff, do you want people to show up with their screen off? No, it's weird. It's really weird. It's just genuinely weird. So show up fully and then follow up with people for virtual coffees. I want to show y'all something right now. I want to show y'all something. Let me exit. Because I want y'all to see how I still make time. My business and stuff only grows the amount of people that I touch, right? So let me go to my account. I have ministry meetings, chats with Jazz, findings. So all these things, don't worry about that. I have prayers if people need prayer, BCE catch up, marketplace coffee catch up, scheduled events. These are all the meetings that I have this week. The past events. Y'all, I be networking like a mug. This was just in February. Let me do a filter between, oh God, they really gonna make me do this. Date range, yeah. Let me do just from beginning of January to now, yeah. Let's see, how many catch-ups, talks have I done? This is not a good representation. Let me do a little bit back. Because remember, we can't network outside. So we got to go inside of people's phone. Let me just do November. Maybe that'll be a better representation of who I am as a human being. Yeah, here it is. Talking to people, 30 minutes, 1 hour. 30 minutes, 1 hour. How do we expect to grow our brand if we don't talk to people? How do we expect to grow our brand and our business unless we talk to people? How do we expect to get on people's calendar unless we get on people's calendar? Does that make sense? I want you all to know that in order for you all to grow that brand, that business, that everything, your goal, the gifts that only the Lord delivers, you all are going to have to do some type of virtual coffees, whether that's 30 minutes on Acuity, on Calendly. I like Calendly because it's Black owned. I really like to support Black tech founders because there's not many of us. And just in general, like understanding if you say I'm gonna catch up with you, maybe that's a FaceTime, maybe that's a call, but like not being fraudy like our people in New York. Like it's just that behavior is just unacceptable. I think that behavior is in California too. And then the next thing is authentic content breeds engagement. Engagement is networking. Liking, commenting, sharing, posting it on your story. That is networking. That is networking. Engagement is just a funny word for networking. I need more engagement. Oh, you want more people to network with you. I want more this, and that. Oh, you want more people to find what you do is interesting and you want them to show it to you. You want them to like literally come up to your page and say, sis, I see you. What do you do? I like it. Yeah, I want more of it. Yeah. And the other way is network. Engagement is networking. The content that each of you all are going to be posting that helps to build that authenticity so that you all are not feeling like frauds and imposters is your story, your why, your pains, your behind the scenes, your opinion. I have an opinion about faith. I have an opinion that I can be a Christian that has wealth and that I'm going to walk by faith and I'm going to follow Jesus. Some people are not very out in the open with their relationship with Christ. But guess what? I am, therefore I have an opinion. The biggest influencers on social media have the biggest opinions. I don't care who you follow that has a big following, they have a specific opinion. They just stand in it. I think, what is that girl? Not Amber. Amanda Seals. She has an opinion. Oprah, an opinion. Steve Jobs, an opinion. Somebody else talk to me about people that you follow. Sarah Jakes Roberts, opinion. Michael Todd, opinion. Talk to me, or like unmute your mic and tell some of the people that you follow that have an opinion. Nicolette.
Jackie Aina.
Jackie Aina has a freaking opinion. And she what? Stands in it. You also know her pains. You also know her why. You also know her backstory. You also know that she used to, because I was like, dang, I was like, why is Jackie Aina got all these followers? Not that sis not cute. I was just like, I haven't been following her journey. So I had to do what? Research. I'm going to teach y'all about that next. Excuse me. I had to research. I had to say, what the heck is this girl doing? Finds out she used to be in the military. She was married before. Turns out, she just started doing makeup and she had an opinion and she was freaking funny. And it wasn't many people doing YouTube back in the day. And sis was just like, I'm gonna do it. And I'm broke as heck. Sorry, I'm not trying to curse. Sometimes it comes out. I'm broke as heck, and I still got this passion for makeup, and I got this passion for storytelling, and I want to be a YouTuber. And guess what the freak she did? She did it. You follow her because she just didn't give up. Other people, they just don't give up. Again, the difference between you and somebody else, after this 9 weeks, 6 weeks for y'all's information, are you gonna give up? Are you gonna let this experience be in vain, all because it gets hard? Or are you gonna be like, man, that person has an opinion, their brand, their why, their mission, their statement, their existence matters. Are y'all gonna be those people? I believe y'all are. Got it? Answer my own question. Going back to share my screen.
No.
Okay, now let's research like a pro. You have not because you ask not. Everybody unmute your mic and say, you have not because I ask not. I have not because I ask not. Say it for me.
I have not because I ask not.
Yes, I have not because I ask not. I have not because I ask not. My voice is getting better, like over time, like as I get older. I think, like I'm gonna join the choir or something virtually. I have not because I ask not. I have not because I ask not. It's literally in the Bible. If you ask him, he gonna give it to you. Now, the way he give it to you, the time he give it to you, the way he give it to you, that ain't up for you. But you at least gotta ask, because he what? Your dad. Hey, dad, your girl in a situation. Help me get out of it. Hey, dad, I would like to talk to this person one day. Just bring them here. Do y'all know I done network with some of the people that I used to admire? They came to my Instagram. They came in my DM. I'm like, whoa, this world is getting real unique now. Oh, I'm talking to you and you. But I done asked for it. I done showed up to the networking events. I done did the networking and the engagement. It's only time that some stuff starts shifting. But right now, each of y'all just said, I have not because I asked not. And today, y'all are going to start asking. Let me do this is me shouting. Woo, woo, woo. Plug is here. She's doing her little, ears are just, they're moving. She's shouting in the spirit. This is how we're going to ask. You all are going to start asking the audience that you have right now, the people that God has given you right now. You're going to start coming up with polls, questions, content, Instagram lives, even quizzes. And y'all, I'm sharing that because on Instagram story, like you actually have in this button right here, when you go to your story, and let's say I was supposed to share my screen on my Zoom, I'm gonna do that. Let me come here. My bad, for teaching purposes. I'm gonna do that. Let me see, new meeting, join. And I'm going to share my screen on Instagram. Do thank y'all for y'all kindness as I log in. 819-693-62. Join. It shouldn't kick me out. Admit. Okay. I'm going to give Jasmine, the other Jasmine, the host. Or no, I'm going to make her the co-host. Make co-host. Okay. Nope. I'm going to turn the camera off. Oh, share content, screen, start broadcast. All right. You guys, this is my Instagram. Right here, y'all know when y'all be in y'all Instagram stories, when y'all click this button right here, where it has poll, this is the type of things that you should be asking, like, hey, what do you want to see from me? From me. Pictures or videos? Do you know people will click and tell you? You got to give them options, but they'll tell you. Does that make sense? So this is an example of a poll. So let's just come here to that. And maybe I'll make a better picture. My bad, y'all. Let's do the 100. Yeah, I didn't want y'all to think I was lying about that. The question, hey, why do you follow me? I wouldn't actually do that because that's a long answer. But what do you get from following me? What value do I bring to you? Because a lot of y'all are still asking or still wondering, you know, what is it that my audience sees from me? What value do I have? This entire exercise that I want y'all to do, hopefully by the end of Sunday, is like just go on your Instagram and ask your audience right now what they like. You know, quiz. What do you want to see more of? Healing. Maybe they want to see, you know, quotes. Maybe they want to see videos. You know, like, this is how you can confirm with yourself what your audience wants to see from you. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. I know I'm kind of talking in circles, but I want you all this week to go and just ask your audience what they already see about you. I want you all to be able to just really sit there and use the features on Instagram, questions, quiz, polls, what's else on here? Yeah. Oh, okay. My bad, y'all. Let me stop sharing. Let me come here. I don't want y'all to think I'm scatterbrained. I put it out here as well. Your homework, you're going to ask them, why do they follow you? What do they like most about you? What do they like least? What do they get from following you? Like, what is it? What is it? Y'all already have confirmed who you are, right? We already have done the limiting beliefs. Now it's time to walk into this situation and just get that second level of confirmation from your audience. And what'll happen is the goal of this is for you to understand if you're telling the story that you want to tell. I want you to understand what your audience values about you. And this is going to lead us into next week when we talk about our customer target audience, our customer market, who is our client, who are the people we're called to serve, who are these people that's going to come to us and going to love us and they're our tribe. Well, we got to ask them first to confirm what we already know about ourselves. So you have the confidence to keep asking. Second, the people that actually answer, I almost implore you to like come up with a small survey if you want. This is not mandatory. Come up with a small, hey, I just want to take a deeper dive. Do you got time? 30 minutes, calendar, network. Do you got time? I just want to brain dump with you, or I just want to catch up with you to see what you've enjoyed over the years. What can I do better? What better way for you all to do research with people that already care about what you do versus trying to appeal to a completely different audience who already been there rocking with you, who already been there solidifying and caring and want you to win, who's already there. And then those people that are willing to interact, that is what we're going to magnify. We are going to duplicate them on the internet, not in a weird way. I'm in technology. It's people out here, okay, guys? We are going to say that is our target audience. We're going to duplicate that success, and we're going to find more people like them because we're going to understand their pain points. We're going to understand how you've helped to solve them. And guess what? They already are interested in what you do. There gotta be other people just like them. So as of right now, I'm done with that training. Let's do questions and answers, and let me stop the recording.